Hello, and welcome to this WasteWise moment. My name is Erica, and I'm a waste educator with the City of Edmonton. I'm here today to help you get started sorting your food scraps. From preparing meals to scraping plates, food scraps have always been part of our daily routines. The best thing we can do with these food scraps is to compost them at home. But there's another option too. Your food scraps cart. Sorting your scraps keeps them out of the landfill, where they produce powerful greenhouse gases as they slowly break down. Instead, they can be turned into useful products like compost and renewable energy. So how do you sort your scraps? It's easy, I promise. First, find a space to keep your food scraps pail. I store mine underneath my kitchen sink so that it's handy when I'm preparing meals. You can also store yours on your kitchen counter. This makes it especially easy to remember to use and empty your pail often. You don't need to use a liner, but if you prefer to, newspaper and paper bags are good options. You can also use a BPI or BNQ certified compostable liner, and you can buy these at almost any grocery store. So what goes in your pail? Well, food scraps. So if it's a food item from a plant or an animal, like this banana peel, a spoiled piece of cheese, or a spoiled piece of bread, it goes in your pail. To demonstrate, join me for a day of sorting food scraps, starting with breakfast. There's nothing I like better than my first cup of coffee in the morning. And when I'm done, I simply take the grounds and the filter and put them in my pail. You can also put in your loose tea bags and paper tea bags. If you use coffee pods, simply knock out the grounds. If the pod isn't reusable, put the pod itself in your garbage. I also love fruit. All fruit and vegetable peels, rinds, seeds, and pits go into the pail. And eggshells? Those go in too. Next, lunchtime. Ugh. Looks like this spinach has been in the fridge for a bit too long. That's too bad. Any spoiled food should go into your food scraps pail. Just remember to remove it from any packaging. Plastic in your food scraps can cause major problems at the processing facility. Make sure you keep any plastic out of your pail. As for dinner, we're having chicken, veggies, and rice. After I remove the meat from the chicken, I'll use the leftover bones to make chicken soup. When I'm done, they go into the pail. In fact, all meat scraps, bones, and fish can go into the pail. Same with the spices and veggies I use to flavor my stock. I just try and make sure that I strain as much liquid as possible out before I place it in the pail. This helps prevent my scraps from freezing to my food scraps cart in the winter. Now that was an excellent dinner. It's time to clean up. When I'm done, instead of scraping my plate into the garbage, I scrape it into the food scraps pail. Easy peasy. There's leftover cooking oil in my frying pan from the asparagus. I'll simply take a piece of paper towel, soak it up, and put it in my pail. If you have larger amounts of used cooking oil, you can put it in a sealed container and place it in your garbage cart. But if it's over a liter, take it to an eco station. For grease, simply pour it into a container, let it harden, and then scoop it into your pail. At the end of the day, I empty my food scraps pail into my cart. Lastly, I give my pail a quick rinse. And repeat. So let's recap. First, find a place to store your food scraps pail, like underneath your kitchen sink or on your countertop. Then, if you want to line your pail, use a paper bag, newspaper, or a BPI or BNQ certified compostable liner. Then, sort your scraps. Things like coffee grounds and filters, paper tea bags and loose tea, fruit and vegetable peelings, eggshells, spoiled food, just remember to remove it from the packaging, meat bones and scraps as well as fish, grains like rice and pasta, and legumes like beans and lentils, and small amounts of oil and grease that you've mopped up with a paper towel or napkin. Finally, empty, rinse, and repeat. If you're unsure where waste items should go, consult your What Goes Where poster, or use the WasteWise app, available for free for download from the App Store or Google Play. By following these simple steps, you'll do a great job managing your food scraps. For any questions about collection, sorting, or your carts, visit edmonton.ca/waste. Thank you for watching and for doing your part to be WasteWise.